before the full plenary and gave his side of the account of a situation that happened between Honorable Melvin Snow of Wakawa's grave. Yesterday, Mr. Speaker, the leadership of this House invited the Honorable Inspector General of Police and his top management team with the level of respect for this august body. The Inspector General spent a whole day with us yesterday. That meeting resolved to invite Eugene Fahngon, Deputy Minister of Information, to appear before plenary today. And with the importance of that issue, with the gross level of disrespect, a disrespect to one member of this House is equivalent to a disrespect to everybody. This is the first branch of government. It is our understanding now from your briefing to us that the Deputy Minister refused to appear on grounds that he did not receive an invitation. Right after that, you also have informed us that the Chief Clerk has produced an evidence that there was a letter sent yesterday and somebody, a staffer in the office of the minister, at about 5 o'clock received our communication and a sign on it, which is an evidence that they received it. The Deputy Minister has refused to come on grounds that he did not receive the information. Mr. Speaker and colleagues, I am finding it difficult to believe, and I know all of us here will find it difficult to believe, that the office of the minister is so low that they can receive a communication and decide to mislead this august body that they did not receive that communication. Mr. Speaker, I want to suggest that the refusal of the Deputy Minister to appear and the Minister to appear on the basis of our invitation be first of all investigated, which is an addition to the current case that we have. Mr. Speaker, if it is established, I know it will be established, that the Minister of Information is in receipt of our communication but has grossly refused, which is a disrespect to this august body, to appear, the Minister should show cause to this august body why he and his team should not be held in contempt. In addition to that, the issue that we raised in our letter still remains an active issue. Mr. Speaker, it beats my imagination for a certain Deputy Minister who is just at the rank of our Chief of Office staff here to issue disrespect to any of us. In my mind, it's a disrespect to the entire branch of government, and it should be taken very seriously. So I want to suggest to my colleagues that the statement that they did not receive the letter be investigated, and if that is established, I'm not sure our Chief Clerk will mislead us, but for the sake of due process, we should investigate. If it is established that they received our communication and refused to appear, the minister should be made the minister should be brought here on Thursday. In fact, Mr. Speaker, if it means the approval of my colleagues, there should be a special session tomorrow to deal with this issue and lay it to rest, beginning with that investigation. So, colleagues, this is no joke. If I have the word, Mr. Speaker, so, Mr. Speaker, I want to suggest, conclude. Motion. Thank you. Having said that, I move now, if I can be seconded, that the refusal of the minister to appear should be investigated. The minister appear tomorrow. There should be a letter done this evening, sent to the minister to appear tomorrow to show cause. To show cause why he should not be held in contempt for refusing to appear before this august body, and that the minister proper was waiting to appear with his deputy. So the minister proper and his deputy minister, Eugene Fahngon, should appear tomorrow 11 o'clock to show reason why they should not be held in contempt for issuing a gross disrespect to the August body. Mr. Speaker, also, that today's quorum will constitute a quorum for tomorrow to conduct tomorrow's business, if I can be seconded.
Yeah, this thing already there. I will be ready to vote if the movement can accept this amendment. That being that the highest court in the nation during the saga with former Speaker Tal has ruled on a quorum, constituting a quorum for the next sitting, I will be ready to vote if you can accept the amendment that we come tomorrow and establish a quorum for tomorrow instead of using the current quorum. I will be ready to vote.
Honorable colleague, to my colleague, I'm sure that the quotation of my honorable colleague may not necessarily apply to this session. This is a special session. But because I know that with the importance that all of us attach to this issue, I'm sure we all will be here tomorrow, so I duly accept.
Distinguished colleagues, to the movement, I will be ready to vote if you can accept this amendment. That the issue under discussion has to do with issues that border on constitutionality. And in that, it talks about due process. In order for us to have evidence in our possession to establish that the minister acts is contemptuous, I will be ready to vote if the chief clerk can display the letter, the return copy of the letter from the Minister of Information that they receive it, be exhibited here now, so that we'll be able to establish that.
With reliance on the Secretary, as I said.
Please, consistent with our rule and the national constitution, that all of our proceedings must ensure a due process, I want to make the following amendment: that the movement include in this motion that when the Minister of Information, Honorable Eugene Fahngon, is coming with his Deputy Minister, Honorable Eugene Fahngon, they should come along with their legal counsel. I submit.
Fellow colleagues, this issue is very germane and it should be addressed with serious keenness, and therefore I will vote if the movement can accept this simple amendment, that Honorable Eugene Fahngon and the minister be held in contempt since they did not appear and there is no excuse on the records. And then Honorable Eugene Fahngon, having been held in contempt, he then will separately defend his behavior, quote-unquote, ruling behavior.
Mr. Speaker, surpluses will not vitiate him. In legislative politics, when you are requested to show reason why you should not be held in contempt, it means you are already held in contempt, in effect. And so accepting it will not reduce the strength of it. So I accept.
Distinguished colleagues, knowing that every contempt charge carries punishment, Mr. Movement, I move, and if I can be seconded, like I will be ready to vote if you can accept this simple amendment, that the two ministers having been placed under contempt, Mr. Fahngon be given a fine or be detained for 5 days. For 5 days, while the minister is allowed to appear tomorrow to establish his punishment. Because the reason is that you cannot hold somebody in contempt without finding him. Submit.
Like we said, to appear to show reason why you should not be held in contempt. You are already held in contempt. But there's an issue of due process. So at the end of the due process, the plenary will decide what punishment to levy. So so we can breach the law, I want to respectfully reject.
With this, are you ready to vote? Already. Yeah, honorable.
You can read the motion now for us.
Huh? What you say?
So the movement
Received a letter from on behalf of the ministry. If we accept it.
Well, colleague, this is a fresh branch of government. The greater responsibility is on the minister. So the minister is the principal of that office, and he carries the greater responsibility. So we do not want somebody at our level to appear before us. So, colleague, kindly allow me to reject.
Against?
you'll be acquitted. Somewhere they are closing my gun. But the letter is here. I will say that. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 34, 1 against, no abstention. Thank you very much.
Distinguished police, with 34, 1 against, 1 abstention, the motion carried. Madam Chief Clerk, please act accordingly.